Hi, good morning. Today let us discuss about the problems of three-hinged arches. Well, earlier we were discussed the entire theory of three-hinged arches. Let us take example 1. A three-hinged parabolic arch has a horizontal span of 10 meter and central rise of 2 meter. The arch carries a UDL of 30 kN per meter over left half of the span. Determine A. Horizontal thrust in the arch, B. Resultant thrust at the abutments, C. Maximum bending moment in the arch, D. Normal thrust and radial shear at loaded quarter span points. Also draw bending moment diagram. To begin with, write down the figure of three-hinged arch as shown in figure. At the point A, VAHA represents vertical and horizontal components. Similarly, at the point B, VBHP represents vertical and horizontal components developed. LB the span of the arch. Here given span of the arch is 10 meter. RB the rise of the arch, it is given as 2 meter. This arch is subjected to UDL of intensity 30 kN per meter over left half of the span. Let us assume that the section x1 at a distance x from A, call the ordinate at that point as y. Assume the section x2 at a distance x from B, call the ordinate at that point as y. Now use the equations of equilibrium. Sigma V is equal to 0, that is VA plus VB is equal to 150 kN, call that as equation number 1. Now writing the equations of moment about the point B, that can be written as mathematically sigma MB is equal to 0, treating clockwise moment as positive. Evaluate the value of VA. VA is equal to 112.5 kN. After knowing VA, substituting the value of VA in equation 1, calculate VB. VB is equal to 37.5 kN. Further, to calculate the horizontal thrust, now we have to use the moment about the crown inch should be equated to 0. That can be written as sigma MC is equal to 0, treating clockwise moment as positive. Evaluate the value of horizontal thrust at the point A. H is equal to 93.75 kN. Whenever the arch is subjected to vertical loads, horizontal thrust is always bound to be the same. That is HA is equal to HB is equal to H. That value is equal to 93.75 kN. Now calculate the resultant thrust at the point A and inclination of that resultant thrust with the horizontal. That is RA is equal to square root of VA squared plus HA squared. That value works out to be 146.44 kN. Tan theta A is equal to VA by HA. Theta A is equal to tan inverse of VA by HA. Compute the value of theta A. Theta A is equal to 50 degree 11 minutes. Compute the resultant reaction at the point B, that is denoted by using the notation RB. RB is equal to square root of VB squared plus HB squared. The value of RB works out to be 100.97 kN. Tan theta B is equal to VB by HB. Theta B is equal to tan inverse of VB by HB. Evaluate the value of theta B at the point B. That value works out to be theta B is equal to 21 degree 41 minutes. In case of symmetrical parabolic arch having horizontal span L, the ordinate y at any distance x with respect to A or B as reference point is given by y is equal to 4r by L squared into x into L minus x. Substituting all the values here, that equation becomes y is equal to 0.08 into 10x minus x squared. Call that as equation number 2. Write down the expression for the bending moment about the section x1 considering the portion A and x1 that is given by bending moment at x1 is equal to m1 is equal to 37.5x minus 7.5x squared. Call that as equation number 3. From equation number 3, for m1 to be maximum, the necessary condition is that dm1 by dx is equal to 0. Differentiate this equation with respect to x and equate it to 0. Solve for x. X is equal to 2.5 meter from equation 3. Substituting that value in equation 3, calculate the magnitude of bending moment. M1 is equal to 46.875 kilonewton meter. That means in the portion AC, the value of the maximum bending moment is occurring at quarter span point. That value is 46.875 kilonewton meter. Similarly, write down the expression for the bending moment about the section x2 considering the portion B x2 that is given by bending moment at x2 is equal to m2 is equal to minus 37.5x plus 7.5x squared. Call that as equation number 4. From equation 4, bending moment m2 to be maximum, the necessary condition is that dm2 by dx is equal to 0. Differentiate this equation and equate it to 0, solve for x works out to be 2.5 meter. Now substituting this value of x in equation number 4, evaluate the magnitude of bending moment m2, that works out to be minus 46.875 kilonewton meter. In case of 3-hinged symmetrical parabolic arch, maximum bending moment in the arch is equal to plus or minus 46.875 kilonewton meter occurring at quarter span point. That means positive bending moment is occurring in the portion AC and negative bending moment is occurring in the portion CB. Both are of same magnitude. Let us determine the normal thrust and radial shear at left quarter span point. Let us determine the normal thrust and radial shear at left quarter span point. For determining the normal thrust and radial shear, consider the equilibrium of the portion AE. Well, here the ordinate y is given by 0.08 into 10x minus x squared. Now differentiate this equation with respect to x. Tan theta is given by dy by dx is equal to 0.08 into 10 minus 2x. Call this as equation number 5. Well, here to calculate the value of theta, to get theta, put x is equal to 2.5 meter in equation 5. Solve that equation, calculate tan theta is equal to 0.4. After evaluating the value of theta, the numerical value is given by 21.8 degree. After knowing theta, calculate sin theta value is equal to 0.371 and evaluate cos theta is equal to 0.928. Now, as I said, the equilibrium of the portion AE. See this figure. Mark the values of vertical and horizontal component at the point A. Similarly, draw tangent to the arch at the point E. That tangent will make an angle theta with the horizontal. Introduce horizontal force at this point. Magnitude is 93.75 kilonewton. And introduce vertical force at this point, 37.5 kilonewton. If you want to say that this portion is in equilibrium, both the vertical and horizontal component should be equal and the summation works out to be 0. That means sigma v should be 0 and sigma h should be 0. However, here at this point we have taken only 37.5 kilonewton after deducting the UDL between the portion AC. Then this portion is in equilibrium. Well, here to calculate the normal thrust developed at the point E and radial shear developed at the point E, we have to resolve this horizontal thrust into two components in two mutually perpendicular directions, namely N1 and F1. N1 is parallel to the tangential direction, F1 is parallel to the radial section taken. These two forces, N1 and F1, should be mutually perpendicular to each other. Similarly, resolve 37.5 kilonewton into two components in two mutually perpendicular directions, namely N2, F2. N2 is parallel to the tangential direction, F2 is parallel to the radial direction. These two forces should be mutually perpendicular to each other. Well, here the net normal thrust is given by N is equal to N1 plus N2, that is equal to H cos theta plus V sin theta. Simplify that after substituting all the values. Evaluate the value of magnitude of N. N works out to be 100.90 kilonewton. Here we have to add N1 and N2 because direction of N2 and N1 are same. And then calculate radial shear at that point E, that is given by F is equal to F1 difference F2, that is equal to H sin theta minus V cos theta. Now substituting all the values in this equation, simplify that value works out to be 0. That means In case of three-hinged symmetrical parabolic arch which carries UDL over left half of the span, maximum positive bending moment and negative bending moment of same magnitude are occurring at quarter span point. Bending moment in the loaded region is positive, bending moment in the unloaded region is negative. Finally, draw bending moment diagram. This is the bending moment diagram for the given arch. Span of the arch is 10 meter. Bending moment is maximum at quarter span point. That value is 46.875 kilonewton meter in the portion AC. Similarly, the value of negative bending moment at quarter span distance, that value is 46.875 kilonewton meter. In order to draw this diagram, you have to draw the reference line or datum line or axis of the arch. Mark positive values above the axis and negative values of bending moment below the axis. That's all the solution for this problem. Let us take one more example, problem number 2. Problem 2. A 3-hinged parabolic arch has a span of 20 meter and a central rise of 4 meter. It carries a UDL of 20 kilonewton per meter over right half of the span and a point load of 100 kilonewton at 5 meter from the left support. Determine the maximum bending moment in the arch. Also calculate the normal thrust and radial shear at left quarter span point. Finally, draw bending moment diagram. To begin with, draw the figure of the arch. Consists of ABC, hinges at A, hinges at B and hinges at C. Call the reaction components at the point A as VA and HA. Similarly, the reaction components at the point B as VB and HB. This arch is subjected to UDL for the right half portion. Intensity of UDL is 20 kilonewton per meter. And it carries point load in between AC, that is at a distance of 5 meter from A. Magnitude is 100 kilonewton. Call the position of this load as D. Ordinate at that point as YD, that is at a distance of Y meter from the point A. In the right portion CB, assume the section XX at a distance X from B. Call the ordinate at that section as Y. Span of the arch is 20 meter. Rise of the arch is 4 meter. Now we have to solve the problem by using laws of statics or equations of equilibrium. Well, use equations of equilibrium for vertical component sigma V is equal to 0, treating upward forces as positive. That is VA plus VB is equal to 300 kilonewton. Call that as equation number 1. Now use the moment conditions, taking moment about the right support B. That can be written as sigma MB is equal to 0. While writing the moment equation, we have to assume that moment due to upward is positive, moment due to downward is negative. Moment due to horizontal thrust is always taken similar to the downward load. Now solve for VA. VA works out to be 125 kilonewton. After knowing VA, substituting that value in equation 1, evaluate the value of VB. VB works out to be 175 kilonewton. Further, calculate the horizontal thrust. While calculating the horizontal thrust, we have to make use of the condition is that moment about the crown hinge should be equated to 0. That can be written as sigma MC is equal to 0, treating clockwise moment as positive. Write down the moment of all the forces lying between A and C about the point C, treating upward positive, downward negative, and moment of horizontal thrust is taken similar to the downward load. Solve for HA. HA works out to be 187.5 kilonewton. In this case, the arch is subjected to purely vertical loads. For that condition, horizontal thrust is always bound to be the same. That means HA is equal to HP is equal to H. That value is equal to 187.5 kilonewton. Well, in case of symmetrical parabolic arch having horizontal span L, central rise R, the ordinate Y is given by 4R by L squared into X into L minus X. Substituting all the values, that equation becomes 1 by 25 into 20x minus x squared. Call that as equation number 2. To get the ordinate at D, namely YD, put x is equal to 5 meter in this equation. Substitute and calculate that. The value of ordinate works out to be YD is equal to 3 meter. After knowing the value of YD 3 meter, calculate bending moment at D. Treating moment to upward positive, downward negative, horizontal thrust is similar to the downward load. Therefore, bending moment at D works out to be 62.50 kilonewton meter positive. Now, considering the portion CB and take moment about this section between B and XX, the value of the bending moment at this section is given by bending moment at XX is equal to M, that is equal to 25x minus 2.5x squared. Call this as equation number 2. Call this as equation number 3. For M to be maximum, the necessary condition is that dm by dx is equal to 0. Differentiate this equation and with respect to x and equate it to 0. Solve for x. X is equal to 5 meter. After obtaining x, substituting that value of x in the equation number 3, calculate the magnitude of bending moment F in the right portion. So M works out to be plus 62.5 kilonewton meter. That means in this case, bending moment obtained at D is also positive and at XX is also positive, because generally under the load point the nature of the bending moment obtained is positive. Finally, calculate the normal thrust and radial shear for the given arch at the point D. Normal thrust and radial shear at the point D for the given arch. Now consider that equilibrium of the portion AD. Consider the equilibrium of the portion AD. Write down the equilibrium of the figure AD. Mark the vertical and horizontal component at this point 125 kilonewton and 187.5 kilonewton. Draw tangent to the arch at that point to D, that will make an angle theta with the horizontal. Take the radial section perpendicular to the arch axis. Now mark the horizontal thrust at this point D, that is acting from right to left. Magnitude is 187.5 kilonewton. Introduce vertical force ER. The magnitude of the vertical force here is 125 kilonewton. Here, if you are introducing horizontal thrust and vertical force at this point, so as to see that it should satisfy the summation of the vertical component sigma V should be 0, and it has to satisfy the summation of the horizontal component sigma H should be equal to 0. That condition is satisfied here. This portion is in equilibrium. Well, here to calculate the normal thrust and radial shear, resolve this horizontal thrust into two components in two mutually perpendicular directions, namely N1 and F1. N1 is parallel to the tangential direction, F1 is parallel to the radial directions. These two forces N1 and F1 should always mutually perpendicular to each other. This angle becomes theta because alternate angle. Similarly, resolve this vertical component into two components, namely N2, F2. N2 is parallel to the tangential direction, F2 is parallel to the radial section. These two forces N2, F2 should be mutually perpendicular to each other. Here this inclination becomes theta. We have to mark this angle as theta on the basis of the condition is that angle between any two lines is always equal to angle between their perpendiculars or their parallels. Now in case of parabolic arch symmetrical, the ordinate equation is given by y is equal to 1 by 25 into 20x minus x squared. Differentiate this equation with respect to x, that is given by tan theta is equal to dy by dx, that is equal to 1 by 25 into 20 minus 2x. Call this as equation number 4. Here to solve this equation for obtaining the value of tan theta, put x is equal to 5 meter in this equation. Calculate that tan theta works out to be 0.4. Simplified to calculate the value of theta value becomes 21.8 degree. After knowing theta, evaluate the value of sin theta, that works out to be 0.371, and evaluate the value of cos theta, that works out to be 0.928. Once if you are knowing cos theta and sin theta, calculate the net normal thrust, that is given by n is equal to n1 plus n2. That is n is equal to h cos theta plus v sin theta. Substituting the value of h, v, cos theta and sin theta in this equation. Solve for obtaining the value of n. N works out to be 220.42 kilonewton. That is the normal thrust for the given arch at the point D. Similarly, compute radial shear, that is given by radial shear F is equal to F1 difference F2, because the direction of F1 and F2 are opposite to each other. That is given by F is equal to H sin theta difference out of V cos theta. Substituting the value of H sin theta, V cos theta, and simplify that value works out to be 46.44 kilonewton. Finally, after obtaining the normal thrust and radial shear, draw bending moment diagram for the given arch. This is the bending moment diagram of the given arch. To draw this diagram, mark the center of the arch or axis of the arch, or treat that as a datum line or a reference line. Mark positive value of bending moment in the portion AC, magnitude 62.5 kilonewton meter, that is at a distance of 5 meter from the point A, that is quarter span point. Similarly, mark the bending moment 62.5 kilonewton meter in the portion CB. That value you have to mark at a distance of 5 meter from the point B, that is also at quarter span point. Here both the bending moment is positive. This is positive, this is also positive. Between the portion AC, we have to join these points by linear line or straight line, because this point is subjected to point load. While marking the bending moment shape for this portion CB, we have to draw these two points, join these two points by a curved line or a part of parabola, because nature of the load acting in the portion CB is uniformly distributed load. For a uniformly distributed load, shape of the bending moment diagram is curved or part of a parabola. Rise of the arch is 4 meter, span of the arch is 20 meter. This is the bending moment diagram for the given arch. That's all the solution for this. Have a nice day. Keep on learning.